Welcome, diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners-Watson.
And I'm Frankie Gibbs.
And welcome to round 2 of the Paw Justice Mustang Memorial.
There was all sorts of racing going on in the first week, but Wally Champ came out with the fastest lap and he still holds the current track record over any driver. So there he is at 13.799, but we've got Rubber Toe and the Baroness from the Outlaws right on his tail now at 13.982.
Paw Justice in New Zealand help defend the rights of animals, and they are the voice for the voiceless, and we are proud to support them with this competition. And you can support them too by going over to pawjustice.co.nz/donate and making a donation to help them do what they do.
Yeah, the work that they do is absolutely vital.
Taking a look at today's drivers in round number 2, in the first group we've got DRT3K driving the dark blue metallic.
And you can see by his time there he had a little bit of trouble in qualifying, but maybe he's got his car sorted out now.
Then in the all-over rusty rat rod, we've got Disaster Jack. Jack with quite a good qualifying time there at 15.011, put him just off the leaderboard.
And we get to see if Jeff Speed can live up to his name. His qualifying time was a little bit slow at 17.176, kind of put him in the middle of the pack.
And one of your fellow countrymen, Frank, Mark D from Australia, Cut Rock Racing.
Yeah, Mark D's been around a long time, he's a real good bloke, and we look forward to seeing how he does.
Kicking off this first lap, we've got DRT3K and Jeff Speed in the front row, Disaster Jack and Mark D in the back.
Somebody asked in the comments if we'll see a race where all 4 Mustangs finish, and I just don't know because Mustangs are a bit crazy.
Jeff Speed leading them into Bogan Alley, and down goes DRT3K. We've got Jeff Speed spinning, Disaster Jack slips right by him. Jeff Speed trying to catch up, but Disaster Jack runs away with it easily. Jeff Speed pulls up. Oh, he's just got hit by the truck there.
Nice to see the truck drivers getting some payback. Of course, Mark D crossed the finish line as well.
Looking at the replay, it looks like Disaster Jack was actually the cause of DRT3K to go over, and the Bogans and Bogan Alley will be loving that. And what a move there from Disaster Jack.
Yeah, he just picked that line perfectly as Jeff Speed was spinning around, and with that winning time of 14.464, it's not just an improvement over his qualifying time, that also puts him on the overall leaderboard.
So that was Daddy G dropping off at the bottom. JB moves down to number 10, and Disaster Jack now moves into number 9.
So this time we got Mark D and Disaster Jack in the front row, and Jack won that last race from the back row, so he's got a really good shot here to take it out of gear.
Well, DRT3K will definitely be looking for an improvement over his last lap after getting rolled over, and Disaster Jack out super quick here. Mark D gives him a tap from behind, throws him up on the sidewall. Mark D goes around. Jeff Speed is all over the tail of Mark D, tries to go up the inside, he does it. He gets around him through that final corner. Mark D chases hard to the finish line. That was just incredible.
And unfortunately for Jack, he stalled out just before, but DRT3K at least picks up some points. And then you got Mark D giving Disaster Jack a cheeky little tap from behind to clear some space.
But how about that battle between Mark D and Jeff Speed? You can see there as they go down that second to last straight, they were both swerving side to side to try and find some space. Mark D trying to block the track, but Jeff Speed just worked his way around right at the end. Oh, and both of them go over, and they almost took out the spectators. I think they just fainted though.
Those old folks must have a death wish to sit by the finish line. That's ridiculous.
So looking at the score, Jeff Speed moves out to a good lead here, 10 points. Then we've got Mark D and Disaster Jack on 6. DRT3K well behind. He's going to have to win the next 2 races if he wants a chance of going through.
Yeah, only the top 2 drivers from each group will move through to the next round.
Race number 3 gets underway, and we've got Jeff Speed leading out. Mark D close in behind. Mark bounces off the sidewall. Disaster Jack gets around him. He's chasing down Jeff Speed, but Jeff not mucking around here. He's going to take the win in the third race. Disaster Jack a close second, and then we've got Mark D finishing, and unfortunately DRT3K 0 points again.
So that's 2 in a row for Jeff Speed. Look at that, a 14.373 time. That's going to move him up onto the leaderboard as well.
So JB gets knocked off the leaderboard now. Jeff Speed moves in, and you have to have a better than 14.5 time to even be considered for the leaderboard now.
Well, I think DRT3K's got 2 chances of winning the Speed Demon Award, but he does have a chance of Best in Show.
That's right, that's the audience favourite vote from each group. Only 1 car goes through, so we'll tell you all about that at the end of the race. And look at Disaster Jack. Oh no, Disaster Jack goes down. Jeff Speed taking the lead. Looks like he's taking his time. Mark D catches right up to him. There is absolute chaos in that final corner, but Jeff Speed holds on. Mark D second, and DRT3K getting some points.
I really feel for Disaster Jack there. He had a good lead. That'll be more disappointing for him than finding a cigarette butt in your beard.
And then of course it was just a total chaos in the final corner as everybody started to get caught up. But Jeff Speed holds on for 3 wins in a row, and he'll be moving through with Mark D, who picks up an extra 4 points in that last race to just beat out Disaster Jack.
Now, I approve of a beating on the track like that, but what I don't approve of is someone beating animals.
100% agree, Frank, and that's why we are supporting Paw Justice.
A massive shout out to all of the drivers who their entry fee went to Paw Justice, so we've already raised over $300 and we'd like to get that up to $1,000, but we need your help to do it. Please go to pawjustice.co.nz/donate and make a donation. $5, $10, whatever you can manage.
Every little bit helps, and let's see what we can do to help the animals.
They've even got a lot of merch you can choose from, so you can support the cause and get something for yourself. Links in the description.
It's time for group number 2. First up, we've got Grumpy Cloud from Grumpy Cloud Racing. He posted a time trial time of 20.208.
I just love his logo, it's so cool.
Those that have been around diecast racing for a while will recognise this name. Papa Pugsley from Manchild Motorsport posted a great time of 15.077 in his time trial, but a driver I think you're really going to have to keep your eye on is Shannon BR from Down Squad Racing. He posted a 14.322.
That qualifying time puts him amongst the top drivers, and I expect more from him.
Now, Stewie McNasty here has gone a different way to the other drivers. He's done a wheel swap, but he's gone to smaller wheels.
They look like the ones that were off the AE86, so you expect them to be quick. His qualifying time, 17.534, was a little bit slow, and that could be because he's just a little bit too low, but I guess we're about to find out.
We've got Grumpy Cloud and Shannon BR leading out this first lap for group number 2. They're pretty even. Shannon BR gets a slight spin on. It is a tight battle up front for 3 drivers there. Shannon BR all over Grumpy Cloud. Stewie McNasty was right there, and Shannon BR tries a last-minute overtake, but couldn't quite pull it off, I don't think.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but watch Papa Pugsley in the orange. He comes across and tries to take out Stewie McNasty, and then it's just a tight 3-way up front.
Phrasing, Frank, phrasing.
But there's 3 cars, and they're all over each other. Look at this. Grumpy Cloud leading them down, trying to make his car 20 feet wide through the track. Shannon BR swerving from side to side. Looked like he was going to get around him into that final corner, but Grumpy Cloud shut him down, and Stewie McNasty was right in behind them as well.
Well, Grumpy Cloud takes out the win and tries to take out the billboard while he's at it.
I've got to say, I'm not sure how long that billboard will last. That seems to get nailed more than...
Up. Back to the racing. Grumpy Cloud winning time, 15.036.
Shannon BR there proving that he's definitely quick, and Grumpy Cloud's got his work cut out for him, and hopefully Papa Pugsley can keep it together this time.
I gotta say, I was actually quite surprised Stewie McNasty was right up with the front runners before, but Papa Pugsley out to a huge lead here, nicely through the first turn, gets a bit of a spin on, he slows right down. Shannon BR flies past him like he's standing still.
Shannon went so hot into that second corner, I swear he was going to go right over the sidewall, and it looks like Papa Pugsley's got himself going again, so he's at least going to pick up 4 points this time.
Let's just have a look at the replay from the Bogan Alley cam and what happened there. So Stewie McNasty bounced badly off the sidewall.
He came very close to giving those Bogans right in the infield there a face full of Mustang.
And it looks like Grumpy Cloud may have had some engine trouble as he goes into the second dogleg. He just bounces off the sidewall and parks up.
So that switches the scores around a little bit. Grumpy Cloud luckily still has that 6 points from his first win, so he's still got a good shot. Papa Pugsley finally gets some points on the board. Stewie McNasty not looking good at this stage.
Grumpy Cloud and Shannon BR back in the front row. Papa Pugsley and Stewie McNasty in the back. Papa Pugsley was quick in the last one. Can he get around the traffic in front of him?
Around them? He's going to have to catch up to them first. Crikey.
Shannon BR spins. That looks like Papa Pugsley gets around him. Grumpy Cloud out in front. Papa Pugsley challenging hard. They both get very loose into the final corner and slow right down. Shannon BR coming through, and it's a 3-car finish.
And I think I hear Stewie McNasty. Yeah, there he goes.
You see Grumpy Cloud and Papa Pugsley with an epic battle up front, and Shannon BR a long way behind, but he somehow found the gas pedal and caught right up to these 2 front runners.
Yeah, they're just exiting the corner as Shannon BR's entering, but boy, he just gave it the beans down the final straight and pushed them both to a close finish. I mean, that's going to be harder to pick than a broken nose.
We're definitely going to need another replay of that. So it looks like both of their wheels hit the line at the same time.
Yeah, you see them both get air, but the rear wheels are further away from the back of the car, which means Papa Pugsley takes it out by an absolute whisker.
So finally, all 4 drivers actually make it to the bottom of the track, and it is a close battle between Grumpy Cloud, Papa Pugsley, and Shannon BR. Depending on how they finish in this race, someone is going to end up in tears, and 2 drivers move on to the next round.
And unfortunately for Stewie McNasty, he's probably already crying in his coffee because he's out of it.
He's still got a shot at best in show though, so there is that. Papa Pugsley looks like he really wants it. Shannon BR slips into second place. Stewie McNasty still trying. Papa Pugsley leading down Shannon BR. Shannon BR gets a spin on. Papa Pugsley takes the win. Shannon BR picks up a much needed 4 points. And Stewie McNasty manages to get 2.
And unfortunately for Grumpy Cloud, he is out of the competition now. It looks like he took a terrible line through that first corner and just hit the sidewall.
Well, I just hope the Bogans didn't do anything to distract him or throw beer on the track like they have done before.
Yeah, they really shouldn't throw beer cans on the track. It's an absolute waste of beer.
Not what I was meaning, but also yes. So congratulations Papa Pugsley and Shannon VR, both on 16 points, and you are moving through to the next round.
It's time to vote for Best in Show. Last week's racing is now closed off, so we're looking at DRT3K, Disaster Jack, Jeff Speed, Mark D, Grumpy Cloud, Papa Pugsley, Shannon BR or Stewie McNasty. Leave us a comment with the one car you think is the best.
That's right, it's nothing to do with speed or wins or anything like that. This is purely viewer choice, and the top votes each week will move into the next round for a chance to win the ultimate prize pack of Best in Show.
And it's a fantastic prize pack. There's a custom t-shirt with their car on it, a big Kahuna's colouring book, some Jade Monkey sticker packs, plus a Jade Monkey beanie.
So make sure you leave a comment this week for who you think is Best in Show.
And voting will remain open for this round until we drop the next Mustang race.
Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, leave us a comment, and why not consider subscribing? And if you do, remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Alright, I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.